Fuck me.
You were right about one thing. Tonight's the night, baby.
Every kill, every season, every dark passenger moment of Dexter's bloody journey.
Who's that? The Bay Harbor Butcher.
Dexter Morgan isn't just a serial killer, he's a code-bound executioner. Across 8 seasons and New Blood, every kill tells a story. Let's revisit them all, one by one. Season 1. Nurse Mary.
That was the first time I ever felt someone else's fear. And I liked it.
Here's where it all begins. An angel of death in plain sight. Nurse Mary preyed on helpless hospital patients, overdosing them with meds. Dexter catches her, strapped to his table, and delivers her final injection. I mean, how twisted is it when a killer takes out another so-called healer? Jamie Jaworski. And then we get Dexter's first on-screen kill. Jamie Jaworski, a security guard who murdered a family, becomes target practice for the Code of Harry. Dexter nails him literally to the table, blade in hand. It's brutal, it's clinical, and it sets the stage for just how methodical this series gets. Matt Chambers. But here's where it gets even darker. Matt Chambers staged fake car accidents to scam and kill. Dexter chains him up and slices him apart piece by piece. It's the moment you realize this guy isn't stopping anytime soon. Joe Driscoll. And then a flashback flips everything. Joe Driscoll, Dexter's biological father. Only, Harry killed him years before Dexter even knew. It's a chilling reminder. Harry didn't just make the code, he made Dexter. Would you call that protection or manipulation? Tony Tucci. Not every moment is a kill. Remember Tony Tucci, wrongly accused as the ice truck killer? For once, Dexter saves him. It's rare mercy, but also proof he's not just a monster. Brian Moser, ice truck killer.
One of your victims now? You're gonna collect a little sample of Barney's blood for your slide collection?
You're not a trophy.
And finally, the first season's ultimate reveal. Brian Moser, Dexter's own brother, the ice truck killer. When Dexter learns the truth, everything fractures. Brian tempts him. Embrace the darkness, forget the code. But Dexter chooses the knife, killing his own blood. This wasn't just another kill, it was Dexter rejecting who he could have been. Honestly, imagine choosing between family and the code. Could you have made that call? Season 2. Little Chino.
Never killed no kid. You know what she killed most of her? Her mother. Her brother. Her innocence.
Little Chino was a giant gang member, known for his brutality and intimidating size. Dexter tracked him after his violence became too much for Miami. In classic fashion, Dexter cornered Chino in his kill room and ended him with knives, proving that no matter how big, nobody escapes justice. Roger Hicks. Roger Hicks, a sleazy car salesman, used his charm to lure and kill women. Dexter discovered his crimes and staged the perfect setup. Hicks met his end with a hammer, an ironic fate for a man who preyed on innocence. Jimenez. Jimenez wasn't just another target. He was the man responsible for killing Dexter's mother. This made the hunt deeply personal. Their fight was raw, emotional, and brutal, ending with a chainsaw, a symbolic and savage execution. This kill wasn't just justice, it was Dexter settling the score with his own haunted past. Dokes' death.
The hands of a professional, no, it's just child's play. Messy work, all that blood on the walls, just like a finger painting.
Sergeant James Dokes wasn't a victim of Dexter, but of circumstance. He discovered Dexter's secret, forcing a standoff. When Lila set off an explosion to help Dexter, Dokes died. It's one of the show's biggest moments, proving even the innocent can be destroyed in Dexter's world of lies. Lila. Lila West was Dexter's toxic lover, manipulative and unhinged. She murdered Dokes to protect him, then threatened Rita and the kids. Dexter couldn't let her live. He tracked her to Paris, where he delivered a swift knife kill. Lila's death symbolized the price of betrayal, showing that even those closest to Dexter were never truly safe once they crossed him. Season 3. Freebo.
That's why I prefer death.
Freebo was Oscar Prado's killer, a chaotic criminal spiraling out of control. Dexter stumbled into this case by accident. But when Freebo attacked, Dexter defended himself. In the struggle, Dexter stabbed him to death. It was the spark that ignited his tangled friendship with Miguel Prado, Oscar's grieving brother. Ethan Turner. Ethan Turner lived a double life, respected videographer by day, predator of children by night. Dexter exposed his sickening stash of videos and set up a classic kill room. The execution was swift, clean, and necessary, reminding audiences that Dexter still justified his dark urges through carefully chosen targets. Fred Bowman, Nature, the Skinner. Fred Bowman, known as the Skinner, was one of Dexter's most terrifying foes. He kidnapped and tortured victims, leaving them mutilated. After a tense showdown, Dexter strangled him with his bare hands. To cover the act, he staged it as a traffic accident. It was a brutal but fitting end for a predator who thrived on pain and control. Miguel Prado.
I'm not like them.
You are. Admit it. I'm like you.
No. I know I'm a monster.
Miguel Prado began as Dexter's friend, someone who understood his darkness. But power corrupted Miguel. He killed outside Dexter's code and became a liability. Their bond crumbled, and betrayal sealed his fate. Wrapped in plastic, Miguel realized too late that Dexter wasn't his partner, but his executioner. The moment redefined betrayal and cemented Dexter's code above friendship. Season 4, the Trinity season. Benny Gomez. Benny Gomez, a violent mobster, underestimated Dexter. He became one of Dexter's early Season 4 targets, taken down with a hammer. The kill was direct and brutal, foreshadowing how the season would escalate into darker territory, preparing viewers for the ultimate confrontation with Arthur Mitchell, the notorious Trinity killer. Jonathan Farrow. Jonathan Farrow was a sleazy photographer who exploited models, ultimately killing them. Dexter exposed his crimes and delivered justice in his plastic-lined room. It was a precise execution that reminded audiences how Dexter's code still guided him, even amidst his crumbling personal life. Zoe Kruger.
Can't hide when you are.
Oh, I can. I'm better at it than you.
You will choose your life over.
Zoe Kruger was a cop who staged her family's murder to look like a break-in. Dexter saw through the lies and set his sights on her. This was especially risky. Killing law enforcement threatened exposure. Yet Dexter pulled it off, faking the scene to hide his involvement. It was daring, cold, and calculated. Trinity family reveals. Dexter's pursuit of Arthur Mitchell wasn't just about the kills, it was about the horrifying truth that Trinity lived a double life. The slow reveals of his family's abuse and terror made the eventual showdown personal and devastating for Dexter. Arthur Mitchell, 2. Trinity Killer. Arthur Mitchell, the Trinity Killer, is considered Dexter's greatest rival. For much of Season 4, Dexter admired his ability to blend into family life while feeding his dark urges. But beneath the surface, Arthur was a monster, abusive, manipulative, and deadly. Their final confrontation was chilling. Dexter cornered him, delivered the kill, and thought the nightmare was over. But in a cruel twist, Dexter returned home to find Rita dead in the bathtub, killed by Trinity. This wasn't just another victim, it was Dexter's world shattering. The Trinity arc forever changed the series, proving that darkness always takes something in return. Season 6, Doomsday. Joe Walker. Joe seemed like a grieving husband at first, but Dexter uncovered his sinister truth. He murdered his wife. In classic style, Dexter strangled Joe in cold blood, proving once again that wolves in sheep's clothing don't escape his justice. Nick betrayed Lumen after promising safety, leaving her devastated. Dexter's rage flared instantly, and without hesitation, he snapped Nick's neck. It was a rare, spontaneous kill, fueled more by personal vengeance than his usual code-driven precision. Travis Marshall, Doomsday Killer. Travis Marshall was Dexter's ultimate test in Season 6. A fanatical preacher turned serial killer, Travis believed he was bringing about the apocalypse. Their final showdown on a rooftop was symbolic and brutal. Dexter bound him, strapped him down, and executed him with a flaming sword, a twisted irony, as Travis thought he was God's chosen. This kill carried dramatic weight, not only as justice served, but also as a theatrical representation of Dexter's inner darkness wrapped in biblical spectacle. Season 7. Victor Baskov. Victor was a KGB hitman, cold and efficient, but he made the mistake of killing in Miami. Dexter tracked him to an airport hangar and ended him swiftly, a clean kill that kicked off Season 7's intensity. Mike Anderson's Killer. Detective Mike Anderson's death shook Miami Metro. His murderer, linked to organized crime, underestimated Dexter's reach. On the kill table, Dexter delivered payback not just for the code, but as revenge for his fallen colleague. Ray Speltzer. Speltzer was a twisted predator who built labyrinths to hunt women, styling himself as a minotaur. Dexter stalked him through one of these mazes, exposing Speltzer as nothing but a coward hiding behind theatrics. Their final rooftop confrontation was cinematic. Dexter knocked him down and finished him off brutally. This wasn't just another kill, it was Dexter dismantling a monster who embodied pure cruelty and sadistic thrill-seeking. Isaac Serco.
You see, I know what motivates me. But what I don't know is what drove you to kill my friend. I told you to kill...
Isaac Serco was unlike Dexter's other targets. A ruthless Ukrainian mob boss, yes, but also a man who showed vulnerability and even a strange kinship with Dexter. Their conversations revealed mutual respect between predators. Isaac's eventual death wasn't celebratory. It felt tragic, marking one of the rare times Dexter's world collided with someone who truly understood him. Hannah McKay. Hannah was a poisoner who killed with a smile, but her story wasn't as simple as Dexter's other targets. Instead of killing her, Dexter spared Hannah, beginning a complicated relationship that blurred the lines between hunter and prey. Hector Estrada. Estrada was one of the men responsible for Dexter's mother's death, making him personal prey. Dexter waited years for this moment. When the time came, Dexter cornered him, reminding Estrada of the blood he spilled, and finally executed him. The kill closed a wound that haunted Dexter since childhood, giving him long-awaited though incomplete closure. LaGuerta. Perhaps the most heartbreaking moment of Season 7 wasn't even Dexter's kill. Captain Maria LaGuerta uncovered Dexter's truth and forced Deborah to choose. In a shocking twist, Deb pulled the trigger to protect her brother. LaGuerta's death was devastating. She wasn't a monster, but a relentless truth-seeker. This moment changed the trajectory of the show, proving Dexter's darkness had consumed not just him, but also the people he loved most. Season 8. Ron Galuzzo. Ron Galuzzo was a seemingly normal man with one horrific secret: he was a cannibal. His kitchen looked like a butcher's workshop. Dexter dispatched him at his own dinner table, turning the predator into the prey. The irony was chilling and perfectly fitting for this grotesque killer. A.J. Yates.
Get you out of here. Then we can find Yates.
Yates was a sadistic man who kidnapped women, torturing them by breaking their toes and keeping them trapped. Dexter's confrontation with him was vicious. The final moment came when Dexter impaled Yates through his bed frame, a poetic justice that turned his own lair of cruelty into his execution chamber. Oliver Saxon, the brain surgeon. Oliver Saxon was revealed as the brain surgeon, one of Dexter's deadliest foes. In custody, Dexter took a bold step. He killed Saxon in the holding cell by stabbing him through the throat with a pen. Brutal, fast, and unexpected, it was the definition of Dexter, bypassing the ritual, proving survival mattered more than the table. Deborah Morgan. The most tragic moment in the entire series wasn't a kill by the code, but an act of love. After Deb was shot and left brain dead, Dexter faced his hardest decision. He disconnected her from life support and carried her body to the ocean. Unlike other kills, this wasn't justice or vengeance, it was mercy. Yet, it destroyed Dexter emotionally, marking the end of his journey. Losing Deb symbolized the collapse of everything Dexter had ever pretended to build: family, love, and normalcy. It was the ultimate price of his dark passenger. New blood. Matt Caldwell, reckless rich kid. Deer incident aftermath.
This is about the boat, right?
Yeah, the part where you were driving, the part where the other guy yielded, the part where you rammed him anyway, the part where 5 people died because of...
Matt Caldwell, the entitled son of Kurt Caldwell, becomes Dexter's first kill in Iron Lake. After recklessly killing a deer in a hunting accident, Dexter realizes Matt's arrogance and lack of remorse make him a danger and buries him in his cabin. Jasper Hodge, fentanyl dealer, overdose kill. Jasper Hodge, a local fentanyl dealer, pushes deadly drugs into the community. Dexter tricks him into a lethal overdose, marking one of his coldest, most clinical kills in New Blood. Elric Kane, Kurt's hitman, snowy forest fight. Kurt Caldwell hires Elric Kane, a ruthless enforcer, to eliminate Dexter. Their confrontation explodes in a brutal chase through the snowy woods, ending with Dexter outsmarting Kane and delivering swift justice in the frozen wilderness. Wiggles, the clown flashback predator kill. In a chilling flashback, Dexter recalls eliminating Wiggles the clown, a predator who preyed on children at parties. The kill underscores Dexter's code-driven mission, taking out predators society overlooks while feeding his dark passenger. Kurt Caldwell bunker trophies reveal climatic kill. Kurt Caldwell, Iron Lake's respected businessman, hides a grotesque secret, a bunker filled with embalmed female victims. Once Dexter and Harrison discover his trophy room, Kurt's hypocrisy collapses. Dexter executes him in one of New Blood's most satisfying and horrifying kills. Sergeant Logan, innocent cop, Dexter's worst sin, neck snap. Sergeant Logan, a kind and loyal officer, becomes Dexter's most tragic kill. In a desperate bid to escape custody, Dexter snaps Logan's neck. It's not justice, it's survival. This moment shatters Dexter's code and reveals how far he has strayed. Dexter Morgan, killed by Harrison, cycle ends. The cycle finally closes with Dexter himself. After Logan's death, Harrison realizes his father has broken the code beyond repair. Confronting Dexter, Harrison forces him to face accountability. In an emotional climax, Harrison shoots Dexter, ending his reign of blood. It's not just the death of a serial killer, it's the death of a father, mentor, and anti-hero. For the first time, Dexter becomes the victim, not the predator. From code-bound justice to heartbreaking tragedy, Dexter's kills defined his legacy. Every stab, slice, and moral dilemma shaped television history. In the end, Dexter became his own final victim, closing the blood-soaked chapter of America's favorite serial killer.